Hey guys, it's Julia, and today I want to talk about probably the most commented thing I've gotten so far on my Monopoly channel. It's about these two properties. Yeah, you know them, Boardwalk and Park Place, the Blue Group. And the common misconception about the Blue Group is that they are the best properties in Monopoly. And this is untrue for several reasons, which I'm going to point out in this video. So this book, The Monopoly Companion, aka the Bible of all things Monopoly, ranks the Blues 9th, as the 9th best group on the board, and I completely agree with them. It is not a good group, and under only very unique circumstances can you make it work for you to pot a win. So probably the biggest and most obvious reason why the Blues aren't that great a group is the cost to develop them. Because of the Blues' location near the end of the board, where the prices are the highest, therefore the houses cost the most, $200 a pop, and the properties are a lot of money, $350 a Park Place, $400 for Boardwalk. And once you take in the cost of the houses, plus the cost of the properties, the cost to develop it to the 3-house level, which, as we all know, is a level you need to develop any property to in order to get a substantial gain from that property, is approximately $1,950, and that is the amount if you buy them all for the price listed. If you buy them on an auction, it might cost more. Now let's compare how much it costs to develop the Blues to the cost to develop the Oranges, which is $1,460. Far less and a far better reward. So the next problem with the Blues is they aren't that commonly landed on. Each time you go around the board, you only have a 27% chance of landing on the Blue. So now let's compare that to two of the best groups in the game, the Oranges and Reds, which you have a 50% chance of landing on every time you go around the board. The low odds of landing on the Blues are mainly because of it's a 2-property color group and also because of its location. It's after the go to jail space, which means a lot of people have already went to jail at some point before then. Also, the likelihood for landing on properties is directly correlated to how close they are to free parking, because free parking, as you know, is 10 spaces away from jail. So people go to jail all the time in Monopoly. It's one of the most commonly landed on places. And when they go out of jail, they are right next to the Oranges and the Reds. Why these are the best groups in the game. And the Blues are way far away, and there are only 2 properties. You just don't have a good shot of people landing on them. So let's talk about instances where the Blues are a good group to have. The Blues are basically only good when you have the money to develop them and late in the game when a lot of other stuff is developed and you need a high rent to pressure your opponent. But let me tell you this, the instances when the Blues are the only group you need to win the game are very few and far between. The Blues would really only be good in a game where there are 6 or more players, because then you have a lot of money, just because at the beginning you start with the same amount of money. And in this game, there are more players, so it's more likely to land on the Blues. So in a game with a lot of players, yeah, Blues are okay to have for your only group, but in any other game, no, don't get the Blues. So now that you know the odds, and you know the Blues are not that great a group, stop giving me comments about how great the Blues are. Yes, you can dominate with them in very, very specific circumstances. In most circumstances, the Oranges and Reds are the ones you want to have. So Monopoly being a game of strategy and luck's on your side because you've got a group that's commonly landed on, not the Blues. So now when your friends and family are all fighting over who gets Boardwalk and Park Place, you'll be settled with your Oranges or Reds, and you will crush them all. So this has been Monopoly Best Game Ever, and I hope you are now a better Monopoly player.